Can you guys hear me?
Try it again.
Can you try it again?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Chris?
Yes, I hear you just fine.
And we hear you.
Well, fowl, snow geese, you guys, I don't even know.
I'd be the first time ever.
We have two freezers in our house. One is for wild animals and then one is our general freezer. And my large freezer that's for game is set up by breed.
Yeah.
So the top shelf is all fowl. The middle two shelves is all venison of whatever breed it is, be it elephant, deer. And then the bottom is fish. Crabbies, whiteback, northerns. Feeling about something there? No, you're not feeling. It's a lifestyle and it's how you brought up. Sorry, talking about your names.
Concept, yeah. Hopefully not cats and dogs, right?
No venison,
Okay.
deer, elk.
Just making sure.
Real quick, do we have copies of the bids for us to review?
I don't have them with me. We can get them over though.
Is Christian calling in too?
I'm not sure.
He probably doesn't have this.
Christian has them, right?
Yep, he took the hard copies we received and he went and scanned them in. Yeah, didn't know we necessarily needed that and just, we have the numbers written down and the quantity and the bidders and things like that.
I talked to Christian for the meeting.
Well, he could do the thing. You could just. Forgot your hammer.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, we're called to order at 12 p.m. If everyone can stand for the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Langford, can call the roll.
Johns? Barsh? Wheeler?
Here.
Swint?
Here.
Kilgore?
Here.
Walston?
Here,
Renner?
We do have a quorum, so we'll proceed on to next agenda item number 4, accept Hagan roof bids. Mr. Dunn, you have a,
Yeah.
I can talk on this item.
Sure, thank you. Thanks for the special board meeting. You know, we put the bids out for the re-roof at Hagan and there's a pretty aggressive schedule with it. And to the point where we weren't even 100% sure if, you know, the schedule could be met. It just depended on what the bidders were able to do. But, you know, we needed to do our part to try to get bids approved and vetted and stuff like that. So thank you for the special board meeting. We received 5 bids this morning. We received a bid from Wagner Roofing for $1,345,345. They were a responsive bidder with their bid bond and their general contractor's license. We received a bid from Teal Brothers for $999,283. Compliant bid with their bid bond and their general contractor's license and all addendums acknowledged. We received a bid from All American Roofing for $897,505. All addendums acknowledged, bid bond there and general contractor's license furnished, so compliant bid. We received a bid from Guarantee Roofing. However, they included their bid bond, but not their general contractor's license, so we did not open the bid. And we received a bid from Tecta America for $1,117,850. It was a compliant bid with their bid bond, their general contractor's license and all addendums acknowledged. Since the bid opening at 9 AM, we've called to verify schedule with the low bidder. They have confirmed that they are able to meet the schedule with no issues. So our recommendation would be the low bidder, All American Roofing at $897,505. And, you know, if we need to furnish all the bids and things like that, if like some sort of conditional approval or something, I'm not sure, my apologies. But we have all the information, and Dr. Jermson was there. Nick was there, Nick wasn't there, Kevin was there, Christian was there, Dexter was there. So I just have the numbers written down right now.
And it looks like we have Mr. Judd joining us. Can you hear us, Mr. Judd?
I can, sorry, my connection's just really slow, so it took me a while to get on.
Okay, yeah, you're a little popping in and out. But thank you for joining us.
One other thing I suppose I'll add is our budget was about $1 million, so came in about $100,000 under budget a little bit.
Okay. Mr. John, were you able to catch all that information that was just given? About the 5 bidders?
Yep, I've got it, thank you.
Okay, is there any questions or comments from the board?
And sorry, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Sorry. We are not acting as the construction manager on this, so we assisted with pre-construction to cast our net as wide as we could and try to generate as many bids as we could to facilitate pre-bid meetings, answer questions, manage the bid documents. But we are not contracting this work. So the district is going to contract it directly. Your legal counsel is totally up to speed on that and everything, and we'll prepare the agreement. So we'll continue to assist wherever we need. We're obviously working on site there with the boilers right now, so we intend to help manage the work kind of under that current project. For example, we're putting new mechanical equipment on the roof, and there's roof curbs required for that. So coordinating that and the roofing schedule that was put out with the bid documents is incorporated and woven into our boiler work schedule as well. So we'll help manage it, but we're not going to hold the contract. And purpose of that was to save any, management fees that, CM fee, things like that, trying to keep the cost down. And
our director of maintenance will be overseeing things.
Okay, thanks.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah, go ahead, Mrs. Wheeler.
Have you worked with this company before or had any experience with this company before?
I have not. They did furnish a bid bond. So that tells me that they're a competent company in terms of, they have financial backstop and financial reputability. We could certainly call some references for you if you want. But they're based out of Box Elder, just by Rapid City. So.
And my other question, do you know anything about this company? Are you familiar with them? I've never heard of the company, so.
That's towards me. No, I don't know anything of the company.
Okay. Have they done work up here before?
They've been bidding to us, they just haven't been low bid.
Okay.
They bid Dickinson High School. And they bid the elementary school.
And did they win those bids?
No, they weren't the low bidder on either of those. Guarantee Roofing is actually doing the roofing at Dickinson High School, but they didn't have a compliant bid, so we couldn't open it.
Yep.
And our roofer from the elementary school did not bid,
Okay.
MJ Dawson.
And they have all their insurance and
Yep.
everything that they need for North Dakota?
Yes, yep. They
Our,
do.
our Rapid City office has worked with them on some specific projects, and they're pretty active in that market, obviously, too.
Okay, okay. Just with an unknown company for us and not really having a lot of information about them, I just have some minor hesitations.
Sure.
So, which I think are reasonable. Curious to know what anybody else has to say, or if it's only me that has hesitation.
Any other comments from the board, questions?
Just a
Mrs. Kilgore?
As some of this is like new to me, especially with, I mean, I can assume what it would look like for bids and stuff, but did they actually came out on site and reviewed everything and did they or?
I wasn't at the pre-bid, so our other project manager, Christian Ahern, was there, so I'm not, it's a good question. I'm not sure if they were at the pre-bid.
I don't believe All American was, but there was the opportunity for any and all bidders to be able to do that, get on site. And there was some miscellaneous questions that were asked during the bidding cycle as well, so I feel like they were familiar with the project. So pretty straightforward.
Okay, any other questions or comments from the board?
I'm gonna go now.
My only,
Go ahead, Mr. Swint.
We have a responsibility as a board to select the lowest responsible bid. We're not required to take the lowest bid. But I will say I'm not familiar with this company. That concerns me. I haven't seen their bid document, what the scope of that work covers. So from my perspective, I cannot approve any of the bids at this time.
Mr. Wallstead, Mr. Junt, have any comments, questions?
Can't hear
Mr.
you.
Austin, you have to unmute.
I just wanted to extend my gratitude to Nick and Ryan for their legwork on this so far. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
my only comment, Mr. Chairman, is, I think any company that's able to obtain a bid bond for the amount of a project of this scope is got to have, one, the financial wherewithal to obtain that, and two, lends me to believe that they've got reputation behind them. So I'm not familiar with them, but the ability to obtain a bond of that size provides me the comfort needed.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Junt. Any final comments before we call the roll? Or ask for a motion, I should say, not call the roll, ask for a motion. So it's All American Roofing that's your guys' recommendation?
Yeah, that's the low responsible bidder in terms of their bid bond, their general contractor's license, addendum acknowledged, scope of work acknowledged. It's a quick turnaround here, so I mean, yeah, there's some more vetting that could be done. I mean, there's risk anytime you hire a contractor. They would be required to furnish a performance and payment bond to financially protect the school district of, any lack of performance.
Good.
What type of warranty are they gonna be issuing us?
Whatever was in the specs, and I think it was a 20-year warranty.
Okay.
So there was a set of specifications that was part of the bid documents that stipulated what type of roofing system and what length of warranty, so that all the bidders were bidding the same thing.
And if they, for whatever reason, go out of business between now and 20 years,
It's manufacturer warranty.
That's,
but the warranty on their work.
Their warranty is most likely going to extend 1 year from date of installation, tends to be required warranty. That falls to manufacturer. And then it's dependent on manufacturer on whether or not they actually reimburse for any type of labor during that process, which is rare. So 9 times out of 10 after the first year, it falls to the district.
For neighbors, yep.
Okay.
Well, Mrs. Gilmore.
Sorry if this was already said, but how long has this company been around for?
I don't
Do we know?
no, I don't think I could answer that about any of the roofers. One of them's here, he could probably answer how many years he's been around, but I don't even know, but you're second generation, right?
We've been around for 70 years.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry. Do you have more questions?
And you guys said they have all of the legal issue or, what is it, the grants or not grants, but
Bond,
bond, thank you.
Yep.
To back up, and are we waiting on any contingencies with like the warranty, is that?
so the process with the warranty is they install the roof. And then the manufacturer comes out and inspects the roof to verify that it's a warrantable roof. And then once it's determined it's warrantable, they issue the warranty. So you know, typically what we do, when we're the contractor, we never issue final payment until the warranty's in hand.
Right.
And those are the types of things that you can always lean on us for and, you know, and we'll be there. I mean, we're not just gonna let them show up and run wild. I mean, we're trying to help. I mean, I can tell you, I get the questions and usually, usually we have more time to vet bids. But usually we don't require bid bonds. So as a construction manager at risk, we're not required to have bid bonds from our subs. Well, there's a lot higher sense of assurance when a bid, because it's backed by a surety company, the bid is backed by a surety company. So that means, like, Mr. Junt said, if they walk away from their bid, you can call their bond and the bonding company will pay the difference between their bid and the next bid so that you can hire the next contractor. So, and then the fact that they can even obtain a bid, they have to provide financials, they have to provide their safety record, they have to provide their, you know, their current work program. There's just a whole extra layer when the bid bonds required it, and that's how publicly funded jobs are normally ran with the bid bond process when a construction manager is not in between the owner, because you know, then we hold all the risk. And we're not required to do bid bonds, and so we don't, but because of that, you know, we spend a lot more time vetting out bids before we come and present the guaranteed maximum price. So I'm relying heavily on the bid bond as the reason I feel comfortable that this contractor can perform the work.
That makes sense. Oh, a little more for me. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
According to their website, they do list themselves in business as a commercial roofer for 41 years.
Okay, thanks.
I appreciate everything you said. I thank you very, very much, but we still don't have any documents to look at. I'm with Corey. I want to be able to look at it. It's disappointing that we don't have it to look at. It feels rushed.
yeah,
It
I
feels
get that.
really rushed. I just have this uneasy feeling right now. And I can't quite pinpoint why I have that uneasy feeling.
Sure.
I don't know if it's because we don't have the bids in front of us to look at, or if this feels so incredibly rushed. Or the fact that the company hasn't worked up here. I don't know. Something about this does not mesh for myself.
And I totally get that sentiment because this is not the typical delivery method that we work with you.
Correct, yeah.
So, I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable right now either.
We had requested them to start work on site. Was it the first or second week of July?
That's what the schedule said. We
Yeah.
didn't tell this contractor to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as timing, that's what we're just to try to get as much work done here in the summer months as we could.
Oh, no, I
So-
completely understand that. I get it. I just wish that in our board book or something, that information could have been sent to us the day, even yesterday.
These are open this morning.
Oh.
Yep.
Then why are we doing this meeting today? Why are we rushing this? I understand the work schedule, but why are we rushing this? The board hasn't had an opportunity to review it. We're 100% going off of your word. I trust your word. I
Right.
do.
Yeah.
I
it's-
do. It's just,
It
this
is.
feels too rushed.
If, I guess, the next regularly scheduled meeting would be
July
July
14th.
14th.
We could have planned a special meeting tomorrow to allow the board an opportunity to look at these bids. Am I being out of line?
No.
If I could propose, again, summarizing and getting the documents over to the board, through Dr. Jefferson, and maybe explore it sometime next week for another special board meeting, potentially.
Sure.
And that would buy us, again, a little bit of time here just to get through contracting in front of a potential start date here in July. So if we're committed to try to get that schedule pushed forward, if that's something the board could explore.
Works for me.
I think the hard part with that though is,
you're losing 3 members.
Sure, yeah.
After this week,
That's true.
maybe talking to
Right.
the new members, seeing if they're available next week during the holiday week. Originally, the board should have had time to review this because it was scheduled to be opened on what, Tuesday?
So there was some things with this bid bond.
Mhm. Yeah, I
so
saw the
we had
email.
to double check everything and go through legal and everything, so that's why the meeting. The opening was postponed until today, that night, and so yes, we're running up against. Next week being a holiday, we're running up against we'd like to get started working like in 2 weeks, and then the new board as of what, Tuesday is the first. We'll have to get a new assemblage of people, so.
Well, I have time today. I can look at those documents right now. I can take the next hour and look at those documents. If anybody else has time, and then we table this and resume at a later time this afternoon.
Yeah, and that's certainly an option if the board wants to table this, just make a motion to table it till tomorrow at noon or next week or whenever. I think next week would be risky if the holiday.
No, I
weekend.
agree. I'd rather do it today.
Table for tomorrow?
You can take, yep, if you want to table it, just motion to table it, and state the date. I would recommend stating the date and. It seems like tomorrow would be, I mean, maybe Monday would work for everybody. I don't know.
No,
And we've got to public notice meeting.
and that's why I'm thinking if we just take some time to review the documents, take a recess, review the documents and then come back. That would eliminate some issues potentially. Anybody on the call have any input on that idea?
I personally don't have any issue taking the low bid today, so, and I trust the input of Ryan and Nick on this.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
The legal name of the low bidder is All American Roofing. Is that correct, Mr. Anderson?
Yep, incorporated, yep, All American Roofing Incorporated.
Can you repeat the bid amount for me, please?
$897,505.
For purposes of discussion, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept the bid from All American Roofing, Inc. in the amount of $897,505.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
And I'll second that motion. They are registered in the state of North Dakota with the Secretary of State.
Okay, we have a second. Any discussion? Okay, Mrs. Langford, you can call the roll.
Wheeler,
No,
Swint,
No,
Kilgore,
no,
Waldstead,
Yes,
Junt,
Aye.
Renner.
Aye. Okay, we have a tie, so motion fails. Open her back up for another motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we table until tomorrow at 12 noon to allow an opportunity for the board to review the documents.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second, any discussion? Okay, Mrs. Langford, you can call the roll.
Swint,
aye,
Kilgore,
Aye.
Waldstead,
I'm sorry, yes.
Junt,
Aye.
Wheeler,
Aye.
Renner.
Aye. Motion passes. We'll be back here tomorrow at noon. To accept the bids. So can we get that information out to us right away? Yes. Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. And a call for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Is there a second?
second.
Okay, we've got a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned at 12:22. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.